So that's great.
Yeah, F1 also. Look at these guys.
Okay, so are you guys going to be roasting me today because I'm representing United?
Bro, what roasting you? Let's start by talking to Rick. Tottenham game just ended. Tottenham Arsenal. Arsenal.
Dude, that was
lost
such a
2-1.
fucking shit show.
Welcome to Desi Trip This Week in Sports. This is a separate playlist. In case you didn't already know, today we're going to be doing football banter. Is that right, Viraj?
Yeah. Just discussing.
Okay, so we're
football.
discussing football banter and funny EPL stories. So with us we have Ishan Shah. Viraj, I think you should tell us about Ishan's page, or maybe Ishan can do it
Ishan
himself.
should say,
I've
na.
been like a Chelsea fan for like over a decade, and I run this page on like Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook called Chelsea FC Blogs. Don't give the name because like it's so hard to find a username that is available on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So like that was the only thing I could find. But yeah, over there I just basically just talk about Chelsea, a few things about the club that you probably didn't know. And it's not just the men's team; it's their youth team, it's their women's team as well. Like I follow Chelsea through and through, and have been for like years. And yeah, that page is like I started like 2.5 months ago, and it's already grown to like 6,000 followers. So it's doing pretty well. So if you want to know more about Chelsea, follow it.
We also have Rick as well. Rick supports Arsenal. Our condolences from all of us and all our viewers watching. So Rick, tell us about why you support Arsenal, how it happened, how you deal with the pain. Just what are your
What's
grieving
your therapist
process?
number as well, Rick?
Yeah, what's your therapist
I'll
number?
send it
Maybe
to you guys. I'll send it to you guys. Don't worry. I've got you. I have been an Arsenal fan for about 13, 14 years, although I didn't particularly start watching football that early. Back in the day, my uncle got me into Arsenal. I'm just like, why did he do that? But he got me into Arsenal back in, I think, around like 2005, 2006, just like we had Henry, like peak Arsenal, basically, just after we won the Premier League, reached the Champions League final. So when Arsenal were doing kind of well, even in 11, 12, actually, when I started watching under Wenger, we played some great football. We may not have done particularly well, however, we ended up on the table, whatever. But we did play some.
Let me take a guess. You'll probably ended up 4th. I'll just take a wild guess.
In 2012, I think we might have ended up like, I think we did better. I'm not sure.
I'll get it up till then you talk.
But yeah, that's essentially how I started.
Oh wait, Viraj, is that what you tell all your hookups? I'll get it up, then you talk. On Bardwan Road, there's this place called Reliance, right? They had a cyber cafe there. So when I was at my nanny's place, I'd walk down over there to play video games once in a while, and I came across FIFA 2004. So I got hooked onto the game because it was a lot of fun, right? And at that time, I think it was peak Henry period. So like he was
I think on that year.
Yeah, he was on the cover. He had that insane video where he's dribbling his dog and stuff in the house. So so I started playing FIFA every day, and so I got hooked to FIFA, right? And then eventually, somehow, I don't know how exactly, but I started watching football as well. So initially, when I was watching, I was actually an Arsenal fan. But then as I got used to watching football, I kind of figured out who the different teams were. Then Ronaldo and all started coming into the scene. I was like, damn, what is this team, United? Like it's, they have a pimped out squad. So then I started liking United, and then I got serious into it.
See, that's the thing about football, right? When you start watching, like at least when you're not from the country, like or the area, you start watching because you like a certain player, right? Or you're attracted to a certain player, so you support the club. So for me, like I started watching after the World Cup in 2006. No, actually just before the World Cup, the FA Cup final, because that was just before the World Cup. Liverpool-Chelsea, I think that was the final. And I remember I was on holiday and I just fell in love with Steven Gerrard. Like it was on TV. It was just like by chance I was watching because there was nothing else on. And I was watching Liverpool's game, and I just loved the way Gerrard played. I think he scored a banger, and it's known as the Gerrard final or something. So he scored.
Okay.
Was it Chelsea or West Ham? I don't remember. It's known as.
I've heard of the Gerrard slip. Haven't heard of the Gerrard final.
So I wanted to ask, who's the most ultra player you remember from the Premier League or one season wonder, right? Okay, so let's go. I think Michu, Swansea.
I was just about to say Michu.
Okay,
I was
good
just
point.
about to say Michu.
Remember celebration?
Okay, I have another one. I might not know how he did in the future season, but I feel Papis Cisse was like a flash
Papi
in the pot.
Cisse.
All I remember of Papi Cisse is that goal.
Well,
That goal that
strike partner.
must haunt Ishan.
So yeah.
That was Courtois, right? It was Courtois that he chipped.
Yeah. Oh no, it was.
No,
Czech.
check.
It was
Yeah.
Czech. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It was Czech.
Papi Cisse.
Man,
Courtois would have
ridiculous
been
goal.
even
I
more impressive
remember.
because Courtois is like tall,
Yeah.
like a good amount taller.
I'm trying to
That
think.
goal
Dude,
is
okay, wait, hold on.
Does
Do you
anyone-
think
wait,
that
I
was a
have one.
shot? Do you guys think that was a shot? Because it was just ridiculous from every angle. Like, I don't even know what he was trying to do.
Was
It
this
couldn't have been
banana
a shot,
one?
but he
Is
couldn't
this a
have been
banana
kicking
one?
it into the stands.
Yeah, why would he be kicking it into the stands? Right, like there's no reason for him to take that shot. But I mean,
Dude, I think Peter Cech still, like, you know, he drinks and he's trying to
Traumatized.
still figure it out, like, what the fuck
Yeah.
was happening.
Yeah. I think in an interview he even spoke about it, like where he was like, "That's just the best goal I've ever conceded." Like after conceding, I was like, he couldn't have done anything to save it. Like it was unstoppable.
Who's the most random player you had play for your club, or that you thought, what the fuck is he doing at our club? For me, I'd like to just say it's John Flanagan. When he 2013-14, he was called the Scouse Cafu. When we were fighting for the league title, and I was like, fucking John Flanagan is the first choice right back, and we finished second.
Mhm.
So what about you guys?
For me,
I
dude,
have
there were
no
just
clue.
so many random players in United's midfield over these years.
But who's the most random one that you think?
I think Anderson, man, because like at one point I was like, why is T-Pain running through our midfield? like why is T-Pain our midfield engine for some reason? And like it just never made sense for me. He was one of those guys who really sticks out in my head.
For me,
What a
it
legend.
was a toss-up between either Alexander Pato or Radamel Falcao, where I was like, why the fuck are they in my club? Like, y'all are the third striker. You're not even playing in front of Demba Ba at this point. And
Hey,
why-
don't take
why
that
we-
name, please. No Demba Ba here. I don't want to hear this. Please. No names.
Although Alexander Pato and Radamel Falcao were both fucking fantastic before they went, or at least
Before,
rated
like-
super high.
Yeah.
They did,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
For me, it's Marwan Shamak. Like, there's no Marwan Shamak
Oh,
or Nicholas Bentner. Like, one of the two, whichever
What
one. Like,
about-
take your pick.
What about that guy, man? Rio Mayachi.
No, man, he didn't play enough for me to be like, yo, this guy, what is he doing? But Marwan Shamak was just like, dude, get off the fucking pitch. Like,
yeah.
why are you here?
In the Premier League with Aguero's goal, what was your reaction?
I remember it so fucking vividly personally.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was at a cricket trip in Assam Valley School. Okay, so the entire cricket team, we were in the dormitory in Assam, and there was one small TV. Okay, we were watching,
Okay.
and most of the cricket team is full of United fans. Ishan will know. Okay, like I think 50-60% of them are United fans, and I think there was one City fan in that team, and the rest were either Arsenal or Chelsea, and I was one Liverpool fan. Okay, so we were
Mhm.
all sitting in front of the screen and watching, and we were watching the United game. Okay.
Okay.
United Sunderland game finished.
Sunderland, yeah. 1-0.
Yeah, and then the electricity in our dorm went. So this one guy was on the phone. Okay, he's like, at that point it was 2-1. City was down 2-1 to QPR. This guy's on the phone. Everyone has circled him. He's sitting in the middle, and he was like, "Guys, 2-2," and everyone's like sat and like they're like, "What the fuck? How many minutes left? How many minutes left?" And still no electricity. Okay, so nobody knows what's happened. And then he just goes 3-2. And they're like, what? And like, City scored 3-2. And literally, as he said that, the lights came on and it Aguero moments happening on the screen. Okay, this like
Dramatic as fuck.
Dude, I remember. So I was watching it in my living room, okay, and this was in the afternoon. Everyone was asleep in my house, and the United game was fucking boring in the first place, so I didn't really watch that. But I was watching City's game, and I remember that I think we had reached extra time where they still had 2 goals or something left to score, right? Or just it was really late, And I was like, okay, no way, these guys are gonna make it. So I was standing and watching. Okay, I wasn't even sitting on the couch. I was standing and watching the game. And then eventually, when they scored the last goal, I started screaming. Okay, and I'm alone in the house. Everyone else is in the room. I started screaming. I fucking threw the remote. I jumped. I don't even know what I did, but I remember my family came running out to be like, "What's happening? Is everything okay?" And then they saw me looking at the screen and they were like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "You don't understand. Just leave me alone right now."
Yeah, that's
You
what
guys
happened in
remember
my.
where y'all were?
Yeah, I was with Varun.
He's a
He's a
United
United,
fan, right?
and we were constantly flipping back and forth between the United game and the City game. And once the United game got over, we went back to the City game. And I was just praying that, like, please, because like before I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm like a fan of football. So like, and City were playing like really good football there, like that season. So like, I was really rooting for City throughout. And I really wanted them to score. And then they scored 2-2 and then 3-2. I was going mad. I was running around the house with my shirt off, full like Saurav Ganguly, and like I was in the corner crying. And then like everyone's just wondering in the house like what's happened, and like that's a day I'll never forget.
So do y'all want
I
to know
was
fun stat just before Rick, you tell your story? Fun stat about that game is that Balotelli got the only assist of his City career in that game when he assisted it to Aguero in that final goal.
Yeah.
Crazy.
so I was playing like we had some football tournament or something, and I was playing at CCFC, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're playing like this game, and I remember the halftime and we come out and someone just like mentions that yo, City's down, right? And like there's very little time left. So whatever, and like everyone goes back. We're playing our game, and like in the corner of my eye, I can see people like go wild, right? Like I have no clue what's happening, and I'm focused on the game. And then we come out, and then hear the drama, right? Like that's all that happened. Like I literally heard someone narrate the drama, and I was like, fuck.
To address, where did the City fans suddenly come from? Like, where did they come from? They shout
They
out to my boy
migrated from
Ananya
Chelsea.
Nigam if you're watching.
See, they migrated from Chelsea. When you see that, oh,
Yes.
they're
Yeah.
like that girlfriend who finds someone, that ex-girlfriend who's found someone better, so she doesn't want to stick around. So she's
Yeah.
like, that guy has more money. They're the glory hunters.
Bro,
Okay, yeah.
I
Gold
feel like it's
diggers.
just like every casual fan was just like, you know what? City's a fucking sick.
No, bro, what are you saying? Casual fans are always United fans, man. Did you not go to school in India or what? If you went to our school, you'd see either two kinds of fans. People who actually watch football. Second, the ones who eat bhujia and say, United ka khela ka.
Yeah. Like I think United fans are the most bandwagon fans like there are. Like
Yeah.
I got told seriously that Rooney is better than Messi because of his work rate. Like that was a serious argument. And I was just like, what do I say to that? I have nothing to say to that.
So usually people fight Messi or Ronaldo. This guy was on Messi versus Rooney.
Rooney. Yeah.
that was before Ronaldo's ascendancy.
Dude, I remember.
Even Rooney wouldn't argue Messi
like
versus Rooney.
6 years ago. This is when like Rooney was dying. Like,
Dude, the most typical United fan from our school would be the guy who's, his family has a business. He's gone in class in middle school. He's got the Nike jersey. He spent like 3-4 grand on it. He'll wear it to a birthday party. He has a United bag from Nike, the one we buy every 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And if he's a little more dedicated, he has the United Nike football, the 2009 one. And at max, the peak I've seen of any fan is he has the cap as well. Yeah. A peak United supporter, bro.
Yeah.
So when did you get the cap, Ishan?
I didn't get the cap, unfortunately. I could only afford the bag. This part, though, of being a United fan is when we were always being tricked by Ronaldo that he's coming back. And every United guy was hopeful, bro, next season, 100 million we're going to put in. I read this on an article, man. I read it. I'm telling you, I saw it online.
It's not even that y'all were tricked by it. It's just like media, like gullible fans, especially United, just because it's such a big fan base. Like just believing everything they see in the media. Like it's crazy.
Dude, and when I was in middle school, I've been there. Like I was that guy because I remember we used to copiously read like thousands of articles online and be like, dude, yes, this is happening because I read it somewhere. And,
but like United fans are the best at Photoshop. Like they've photoshopped every player in a United jersey. Like it's relentless.
Have you
But
seen like
when you're talking about like these transfer rumors, by the way, I remember, I think it was like 2015, or I'm not sure actually, 2015, 16, something like that. And we were rumored to get Sami Khedira, right?
yeah,
And
I
Sami
remember that.
Khedira was apparently like he'd done everything, right? Like everything was done. And I read an article which said Sami Khedira to Arsenal, done deal, to be unveiled on Monday, right? And it was like Saturday evening or something, right? When I read this, Monday morning, Sami Khedira was unveiled, but at Juventus, right? And I was just, what the fuck happened there? There is
Zlatan to
like
Arsenal,
one
wasn't that a
transfer.
thing? He
Huh?
was asked to trial at Arsenal, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and he said Zlatan doesn't
Oh
do
yeah,
trials.
and he was like, "Fuck that." No, but there is
Zlatan.
one transfer which would have changed the course of Arsenal history,
I
which
know.
was the
Can I take a
Suarez
guess?
transfer.
Oh,
Yeah,
wrong. Ronaldo apparently was going to Arsenal. I saw an interview of
yeah,
his
but
with Piers Morgan.
yeah, yeah, no, that is, it was still like, that would still be a gamble because no one knew what Ronaldo could do, right? But
Yeah.
Suarez, you knew what he could do. We were like, you know what,
40 million.
we needed one striker. And at that point, I think that is like the most complete Arsenal team that
Yeah.
we had. We had like solid centre backs, we had a decent midfield. And so everything was moving smoothly and we just couldn't score, right? Because Walcott would go AWOL for half a season constantly. Like he would have an insane half a season and then stop. And then we bid for Suarez, and Suarez would have won us the league. Like with what he did with Liverpool, he would have won us the league single-handed.
Any football discussion would be incomplete without Messi or Ronaldo. We'll go one by one.
Okay.
And I want to
Let
know
me go
why.
first.
Yeah.
Let me go first. Okay.
Let me guess.
I was a United fan. I started watching football by supporting Manchester United. Big Ronaldo fan. When he shifted to Madrid, I initially became a Madrid fan as well. Like, that's the natural shift because Ronaldo's in Madrid, you support Madrid. Then eventually, side story, like I saw how Barcelona were playing and then switched to them. But I'm going to say, as much as I like Ronaldo, you cannot seriously compare him and say that he's a better footballer, not a striker, a better footballer than Messi. Like besides scoring goals, there are just so many other qualitative factors like passing, vision, through balls. Man, that guy is as good as Modric in midfield. He's as good as Ronaldo in strike. Like, I don't think I don't understand how people can have this debate.
Yeah,
But
I totally agree. In terms of like football, like Messi's like on another level. I just think like Ronaldo has every single attribute that you require in a footballer, like the height, the heading ability, like dribbling, like when he was younger, he had pace and stuff. But like I don't think anyone can argue that as a pure like footballer, like Messi's way better.
See, okay. I would like to quote the mighty great Rahul Dravid here.
Okay.
Rahul Dravid once said that why isn't hard work counted as talent? Okay. If someone is hardworking, why isn't it considered talent? Because not everyone puts in the same amount of hard work, right?
Yeah.
It's something called drive, dedication, that once some people get to the top, they don't work as hard as others. And the reason some people get to that next level and very few do is because they manage to motivate themselves every day to work harder than they did the day before. And he said that in itself is a talent. You can be that gifted as an athlete or a footballer or a cricketer. That is also talent. But being able to work hard beyond measure is also talent. And so I feel.
But that's not even related to this debate. In fact,
It is
Messi
though,
is
because
probably
I
working
feel
super
the
hard
reason
as
I
well.
feel Ronaldo is a better footballer, because if you ask numbers, Ronaldo is matching up. It's not like he's working hard and not getting results. He's getting the same results, and I also feel the fact that he's fucking proven it in 3 different leagues, won something with his country, has better leadership qualities, all makes him a much better player overall, all around. Than
Okay, so Viraj, my question to you is Alex Ferguson or Jose Mourinho?
Jose Mourinho for me any day. But also that comes from a biased perspective. I will admit that. For me, it's a biased perspective. But also I don't get the comparison between Mourinho and
because
Ronaldo.
I'll tell you why I say that. So I don't love the he did it in 3 leagues, that argument, right? But it's just like I respect Ronaldo beyond belief. I think he's a phenomenal player. I think if there is ever anyone in a discussion of who is the GOAT, like Ronaldo has to be in that conversation. I think Messi is a better player overall. I think Messi is the greatest of all time. I think Messi is like above everyone else, but I feel like Ronaldo is in that conversation always.
Okay, so I think
Right?
my gripe.
Yeah,
I think my gripe.
He has been able to even keep up.
Yeah, I think
No,
my
the fact that he's been able to keep up with Messi
Yeah.
for the last 10, 12 years
is his
just
biggest achievement.
no.
is unbelievable. The fact is, sure, he's won something with his
But
country.
my
Yes, he has done it in 3 different leagues. But as a footballer, there is no one more technically gifted than Messi.
Yeah, okay,
Like,
technically gifted that, but
Messi
that's
can
one
do
aspect of the
everything.
game. Leadership, being able to work hard is also the aspects of the game. Nobody can hold, I at least feel, nobody can hold a hand on heart and say for sure he is better. That's still a
I
debatable
can.
topic.
Watch me fucking do it right here. I can. I bet my next 9 lives that Ronaldo is not as good as Messi.
But
It's very subjective. Like everyone's gonna have a different opinion.
yeah,
Which is
but
the beauty of
that's what. No, it's not a like a guarantee because it's based again. You're basing skill level higher, and I'm basing hard work higher.
yeah, that's what
It's
You know
like you
what
cannot
this is
guarantee
like?
that. It's basically like you cannot guarantee that every cheetah is faster than a dog. Sure, you have this one cheetah out there.
Shit. It's like we have such a makeshift fucking backline on these. Bro, like I don't
I
know
think you have
whether
an entire
I like
makeshift
him as a
squad, bro,
coach or
Rick.
not.
I think your entire squad is makeshift. I think they're part-time footballers.
Yeah, dude, legit. I think there are few players that are good and that we should keep.
Well, I
And
can
that we
count
just
it on
really-
one hand. Bukayo Saka, Reece Nelson.
I don't like Reece
That's,
Nelson.
that's it. Two. I mean, you are
Uh,
saying I don't like Reece Nelson, like you have a riches of players to choose from.
No, he's not great. Oba is a fantastic player, bro. You don't get 20 goals back-to-back
Yeah.
seasons. And bro, the fuck up is that he's got 20 goals back-to-back seasons. He scored what? I think he reached 50 the fastest, right? He reached 50 in 79 games or whatever. Right, faster than Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry did that at the best Arsenal team in the last 2 decades. And
Yeah.
Oba's done it in the worst Arsenal team in the last 2 decades. Right? And it is what it is, right? And you
But
have
I
to
have
respect the guy.
See, I have a different take on that. It's because, see, in that team, the players in midfield could have passed to any other forward and they could trust
Fair
them
enough.
to score.
Fair
Here,
enough.
there's only
No, but
one
we don't
strategy.
get the ball.
Pass it
We
to
don't get the
Aubameyang.
ball. Wenger suddenly got the most out of those players somehow, even at his worst, made these players look somewhat decent, and then every manager since has just got fucked because
Okay, so
it's just
dude,
they're
I
not good
have
enough.
to, since you mentioned that line, I have to take it off to United, man. Look at United and what Alex Ferguson did with juicing Park and all those kind of players, man. Like that was a superb example of getting the most out of a probably shitty squad.
The one thing that I do take away from Ferguson is that I think Ferguson should have realized that no one else would have been able to do anywhere near what he did in his last season with that squad. That squad just wasn't good enough. Right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like he should have made it a bit easier for Moyes because I did rate Moyes as a manager. And so I do think he should have done a bit better.
So that makes
I mean,
two of you.
it is what it
David
is. He
Moyes,
won
his
the
mother,
Prem.
and you. Two of you are the only ones who rate David Moyes. Do you guys remember? I don't know if when David Moyes was at United, there was a rumor that David Moyes' daughter is sleeping with Wilfried Zaha.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Wilfried Zaha. And then recently, like in June, Wilfried Zaha came out and said that was one of the reasons he was asked to leave United.
Are you serious? Okay, man, the guy has to be a little daft as well to do that in the first place, right? I mean, come on.
His exact words were, I've just got it up. He said, the club gave me no support when these rumors were out there, so I left.
Well, they're
what
true,
was he
though.
expecting
I don't
Alex
know if they're
Ferguson to
true.
come down and say, that's my guy? Like,
Hey guys, if you made it this far, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Part 2 of this episode will be out next week, where we talk about our Premier League 5-a-side teams and as well as next year's top 4 predictions. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button, and I request please subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends. We put in a lot of effort with this and we need your help to help it grow. So thank you so much for sticking around and see you next week. Bye.